climate change is definitely a problem, and things like improving solar power can make a really big impact.
Any work we do towards renewable technology is definitely going to help later on down the road.
I wanted to see if I could be the best in the world at something, and the vision of the solar car team is to be the best team in the world.
The Michigan Solar Car team has been around for about 22 years now, and since then the team has won 6 national championships. That's out of 10 races. So we are considered to be the best team in America. I don't think we have to be shy about saying that anymore.
The typical setup in solar car teams, you have a core group of professors that make really key decisions, and then you have kind of student helpers that kind of help to do the grunt work. But here in the Michigan Solar Car team, students make all the big decisions.
You commit taking the fall semester off of classes. I think when you go through it, when you're building the car, it's something that you want to do. It's less of, this is going to be tough to do. It's more of, I have to do this.
So we've been here in Australia for about a month already. We've been down south in Adelaide. We picked up the car there from shipping. We got it all back together, came across in one piece, which is good. Did some testing. We tested on the road for 2 weeks or so, you know, just getting miles on the car here in Australia. It's a lot different driving on the other side of the road, just getting used to the weather, and the forecasting is a lot different too.
The World Solar Challenge is ultimately the premier solar car race. It goes straight through the outback from Darwin up north down to Adelaide in the south. We want to win the World Solar Challenge because when you've done that, you're the best team in the world. So the big goal is now totally focused on winning the World Solar Challenge. Southern Australia was really cold. Now we're up here in Darwin and it's hot every day and humid. We've primarily been working on getting the team and the car ready for scrutineering, which we completed. And the next big step is to go into qualifying. My name is Rachel Kramer. As the race manager, I'm essentially in charge of the team as a whole, and I do a lot of work with interfacing with officials and media and our sponsors. We've been here at Hidden Valley for about a week and probably seen all 37 teams that we're competing against in this race. And at this point, we're still feeling very good about our chances.
I am Troy Holm. I'm a mechanical engineer and a driver for the team, and I'm also going to be driving for the qualification lap.
Everyone who's competing in the race does one fast lap around the track, and then depending on how fast you go, that determines your pole position.
Given as a rev up the University of Michigan and Quanta, I reckon this will be a quick challenge to the Nuance Solar team. Let's see what sort of time these guys do.
The higher the pole position, the less energy you have to spend passing people. So the key is to go fast and get a high pole position, but make sure the car stays safe.
In 2009, Infinium got about 2 minutes 11 seconds. We're shooting for under 2 minutes this time. Basically what we're trying to do is push as much current through the motor as possible at any given time. That'll give him the best acceleration around the track. That'll help us with the best overall time, hopefully.
University of Michigan, Quanta.
We've been trying out different things, tweaks here and there to go around the track faster, and everything seems to be working.
3 waist.
So it's running very, very low right now.
Just let Troy out first.
There's no real reason to test for top speed because we have to stay under the speed limits during the race. But it probably over 100 miles an hour. It went fairly well out there. We got a 2 minute and 3 second lap time, which is a little bit slower than Unit 6. We're still going to start very high at the beginning of the race, maybe second or third, which is excellent.
Currently we're in third place. The 3 teams are only separated by less than a second. It's exciting to be so close.
Buckeye University, number 1.
Judging from the competition here, we're going to do very well, I think.
All right. Spin it slowly.
We're finally driving a solar car here that we've been working on for, a long time now. And, the race is really soon, and we're finally getting close to it and finally racing it. It just feels so real now.
I'm right in front of the Darwin start line. We'll be rolling out of here just a couple minutes behind the teams that qualified before us. So 3,000 kilometers to go.
We welcome all the teams from all the countries around the world who have chosen to come to Australia to be part of this event. So what we see here are some of the world's most efficient electric road vehicles.
The main competitors are Nuna 6, which is over there. It's a Dutch team. They have a very nice car. Tokai, which won last year. It's a Japanese team. They have a very nice car too. All these cars are very similar. They have similar cells, similar batteries, similar tires, similar aerodynamics. And the thing that's going to win this race is reliability. So we need to make sure we don't break down, and we need to stay on the road and just keep on going.
The World Solar Challenge is about to kick off this morning. And this is the team from Michigan University. They've come third 4 times.
I'm pretty sure that we got third out of our system for this year now, that we've placed third in qualifying. So the plan is to come home with a win.
This is race number 18 for me. Let's go blue. And I wouldn't be here if this wasn't the greatest thing going.
So the route starts in Darwin, and then every 300 kilometers we'll hit a control stop until 5:30 p.m. Pull off the side of the road, charge the car until the sun sets, camp, and start again the next day.
Here we have Michigan University Supercar team.
It's been tradition that I run with the car at the start, so I was going to run with my cape flying.
We've got what we call a break-even speed. Up to a certain speed, we can drive on just the solar panels, and all the excess energy is used to charge the battery. The idea is you start the race off with a full battery pack, slowly drain it throughout the day. Then when we get to a control stop, we'll fill it back up as much as we can, then hit the road again and slowly drain it again. So here, first morning, first control stop in Catherine. We're currently in second place. We came in about 10 seconds behind Tokai. Most of the morning, Tokai, ourselves, and Nuon, we're neck and neck. So we expect that to kind of continue on the rest of the afternoon.
We pulled in the first control stop, and we passed Nuon, even though they started a minute before us, so that was really good. And then we were just behind Tokai.
Ryan had a great run for us driving. We're putting it in Troy now for the rest of the afternoon. So far, so good.
I think in 2009, at the end of the day, Tokai was already a half hour ahead of everyone. I think right now it's looking like a 3-car race, really.
We ended the day at a great spot. We're kind of on a hill over here, which is perfect for the morning. The sun will be rising and we'll have plenty of space to get a great morning charge. There's actually a bathroom, which is even better than just the scrubby brush you usually find in the outback.
Close that box here.
Now we're within like 5 minutes of both Tokai and Nuon, so it's going to be a 3-way rush tomorrow. Today was the most exciting day I've ever been on a race.
So, good day, and servers were happy.
Yep, 0 time on the side of the road.
My name is Santosh Kumar, and I'm the head strategist of the Michigan Solar Car team. I was actually on the 2009 race crew. In 2010, I became the engineering director and led the design and construction of Quantum. This is a chase vehicle, and this is basically where everything happens with regards to race strategy. It's like our mission control.
Lead to chase, speed limit is 100. What is set speed?
Set speed will be 94. Chase copies everyone.
The people that are in here are myself, 2 strategists, the driver, the crew chief, and the observer.
What are they monitoring?
Telemetry. So like the battery voltage, the state of charge in the battery, how much power is coming into the grade, how much power the car is consuming.
We basically discuss what's going on in the weather, how the car is performing, what terrain lies ahead.
Road splits ahead. We'll be following Stewart Highway to the left. Over.
Basically, all the decisions that go into trying to get the car to the finish line first are made in this vehicle.
We are about 2 minutes behind Nuon and about 12 minutes behind Tokai, so it's all really, really close still. The wind is very strong today, so we have to be cautious of that, but other than that, the car has not stopped once, which is excellent.
We'll probably, hopefully, catch Nuon not long after we leave Tennant Creek, and we'll set our sights on Tokai.
Afternoon.
The road's closed over here. There's a fire Barra Creek.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. You want to talk to them first? I'll talk to you first. No. Okay, yeah.
Police had actually forced them to stop the race just for safety concerns.
Apparently some buildings are on fire in the stop that would have been next, so they've stopped us here at walk-up. The police are really under control. They are allowed to say when we can stay or go, so right now we're sort of in limbo.
We're still trying to figure out what's going on, when teams will be released, because this is something that has never happened.
For our purposes, we've called it here.
Oh, okay.
So we're stopping here tonight.
Oh, well, fair enough.
So you're here for tonight. You will start in the morning as if it were a normal control stop.
We're staying here tonight, and we're waiting to hear official rulings on little things like charging and when we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Did you guys see Tokai's chase vehicle?
Nuon was traveling fairly slowly, and we were right on their tail. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they sped up, went very fast. Guys, we're gonna want to kind of huddle in. And we didn't know why for a long time. So we eventually called in to event headquarters down in Adelaide and got the same information they apparently got earlier.
They thought that they were going to be able to charge all day, which they ended up being able to, and then they took off.
They were able to be aggressive because they had a little bit more information.
So we would have made that pass, we'd be in second right now. It looks like we have a better car than those guys in orange over there. So if we can keep the car on the road and keep going, and we can make this a two-horse race.
They're told to stop, and you have to continue now.
All right.
Guys, corners.
Guys.
1, 2,
go.
3, up.
Get on the car, hit the car, hit the car.
There was actually a point where there was fire right up next to the road, and we were stopped by the police because of the fire. So that was a little interesting for the driver.
It was basically large flames next to the road, a large plume of smoke coming straight across the road, so we went right through that. I was just driving with one hand and holding another hand over the vent in front of me, so I didn't get any smoke in the car.
I was surprised to see how little you saw once you're in the smoke. As soon as you were in the smoke, zero visibility.
I think probably where you guys did that, I think they stopped us right there.
We're about 60% of the way through the race. Right now we're neck and neck with Nuon. We're about 4 minutes back, but we're thinking we're gaining on them, so it's kind of an exciting feeling. By noon tomorrow we should have a better idea, but it looks like things will be good for a pass, hopefully.
We think Nuon is definitely catchable. Catching Tokai will be difficult. If they execute well, then they have a very good chance of winning. So we need to think of ways to prevent that.
The sprint from Port Augusta to end of timing is where the race is won and lost, and we were trying to drive in such a manner that puts us in a good position to win that sprint. And teams have come back from much greater deficits than we are at right now. It just comes down to how well you can race, and luck. Sometimes it comes down to luck as well.
It was about the best the car felt since I've got to Australia. I guess we're camping next to Nuon again, so that's interesting.
There's like so many insects here. This guy wants to go though.
So the observer noted that we were off for 3 minutes off the road because of police. So the observer thought that we'd be able to get those 2 minutes back because it was cut off by police. We didn't have any control over it. But then I called event headquarters, and he said that we can't get that time back because they consider it to be part of the course. So it was just sort of bad luck.
There we go, we're getting into it now.
Our plan for today is a very aggressive one. We want to try and catch Tokai, who are 40 minutes ahead of us. The Dutch may let us pass because they want to see us, drain our battery pack, trying to catch up to Tokai so they can pass us later on. Or they may just fight and want to keep ahead of us. They might not want to see us beat them. Hopefully they don't get in our way too much, but I guess we'll see. What's that?
Probably only here for... We're replacing a front fairing. We didn't have any on our support vehicle, so we have to wait for the trailer to come.
Kind of ran into some trouble with the windowed fairings. You need to tighten the other side.
All right, good.
Good.
Towards me. Take this.
It's a part in the car that hinges open so we can steer. Under high winds and high speeds like we had today, they come open on their own. They're designed to open under lower speeds, so with the high-speed air pulling at it while it's open, torqued it off.
The tire was rubbing against the new fairing, and we don't want to blow out a tire.
The only cooling I have is a small duct in front of the windshield. I have no airflow, and it's like a greenhouse in there. The sun just shines in, the black interior of the car soaks it up, and it gets really hot.
I saw it in my rear view, and I just kind of was like, heart sank, because we just kind of knew that was it, that was our shot.
I saw a flash of yellow and a big bang as something hit the canopy right next to me. And apparently the fairing window flew off. I went back and hit the canopy of the solar car really, really hard and dented it and scratched the window. It was terrifying because just driving along, a little gust of wind, all of a sudden, bang, right next to my head. I had no idea what it was for a few seconds, and I figured it out. At that moment, I knew that we were going to lose.
Emotions have kind of been up and down today. Drivers first, and then Gerald have the call about how fast we can drive. But you guys should continue to push. Obviously really frustrated, and it was hard seeing the team so down.
You know how it is sitting in chase for 2 hours watching the car charge?
The car was charging because we were traveling slower than what we wanted to travel at. We're getting all that energy coming in, but you can't use it because of safety reasons.
Maybe the winds will die down so then we can go 105 again. and people were really frustrated and worried about the wind and kind of at one another.
Winds aren't going to die down.
I know it's a situation.
Winds might die down today. They're going to be just as strong tomorrow.
So we'll go as fast as we can.
It's not fast enough.
In just a few seconds, we saw that very real opportunity of coming back into the title challenge just slip away.
The issue with the fairing actually happened again, which is crazy that it should happen 2 times, and it's never happened before. We've been here for weeks.
2 road trains went by at the same time and they ripped this off again.
How tight do you want to make these?
Not very, because it was a bungee that snapped.
We're ready? We got
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. You got the chalk? Yeah.
You can't really describe it. It's just this morning we were so amped, so ready to take on Nuon. You know, gun for Tokai, just really go hardcore. Yeah, it's not good.
I'm just curious how much time we spent on the side of the road today.
Yep, it was 30 minutes off the road for the first time, and then the second one just then was 20, so 50 in total.
I'm hoping that everyone will have the right mindset going into tomorrow, knowing what we have to do and knowing that there's some luck involved, which is hard after 2 years of working for this, knowing that so much is going to come down to luck at this point. So we'll see how tonight goes. We started today 4 minutes behind Nuon, 39 minutes behind Tokai. And end of the day, an hour behind Nuon, like an hour and a half behind Tokai. So obviously a really rough day. Lost a lot of time. I think it was 50 minutes total on the side of the road for losing fairings, and drove a bit slower than strategists wanted today because of stability issues with the car. You guys probably know that tomorrow we've got a little bit less than 600 kilometers to go before we reach end of timing. And in that time, considering that top speed can be 110, Nuon and Tokai will probably be cruising somewhere close to that. We pretty much need them to make a mistake if we're going to get better than 3rd place, which is what we came here to do. I think that coming into Cooper PD was definitely hard. It was easy to tell that all of you guys were really down. And it was to see the team like that, because you guys have put an incredible amount of work into this team. And no matter how we finish tomorrow, we can finish with our heads held high.
Let's go as hard as we can. Let's finish the best that we can. I mean, we're the University of Michigan. The University of Michigan does not quit, does not slow down.
Are you in? Because everyone seems really down right now. I was feeling kind of angry earlier just because I know we've worked so hard and everyone on this team is awesome. And I want them to feel that as we get to the end here of the race. But I'm not really sure. Tomorrow, who knows what'll happen.
This time around, I was heavily involved in the design and construction of this car, so it's more, the car itself is more personal to me. It means a lot more to me than Infinium, the 2009 car, did. Glad to see that it performed, that it outperformed expectations, that it was faster than it was designed to be. I guess a little disappointed that it wasn't as robust or reliable as it could have been, but that's racing. I guess the world will never really know how good this car really is, and that's kind of a disappointment.
It's a little bit hard to see us get the same place again when we worked so hard completely with the intention of placing higher. Kind of our curse of third place right now. It's going to take some time to kind of sort through those disappointed, frustrated feelings. You know, it's easy to feel angry at forest fires and angry at rain and angry at wind and stability issues and all sorts of small things. So I think it's going to be hard for all of us to work through that.
I've invested so much time into this project over the last 3 years, and then this one in the last car, and just this is it for me. So it's kind of yeah, it's bittersweet.
I think right now we're feeling pretty down about things.
Once we all got rest, we realized that what we had done was an achievement greater than most people ever get to do in their entire life.
This challenge is ridiculous. Drive a solar-powered car 1,800 miles across the desert of Australia all by yourself, and especially for our team, which is completely student-run. We're doing this all ourselves. Nobody's above 25 years old. Very few people in the world, much less college students, I think probably have ever crossed the outback in any vehicle, much less a solar-powered vehicle. So it's a pretty incredible task to do.
It's been pretty incredible, actually. It's amazing to be in Australia and race the project you've been working on for 2 years of your life. It's been a lot of work, and coming here and racing it has just been incredible.
Hail to the victor's valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail, Michigan, the champions of the world. Go Blue!
It was really great to compete with everyone here. So much fun to be with Tokai and Nuon at the end again, and looking forward to going in the fountain.
Excellent. Go Blue, is that what you say?
Yeah, go Blue!
This is the most real-world college project I've ever seen. They stand on the shoulders of a whole bunch of other teams, and they get taller and taller every year. There's another race in 2013. We're going to go get them.
People will just be going on a holiday pretty much to various parts of the Eastern Hemisphere. I think for most people, their main objective is to get back before the Ohio State game.